Okay, Padmaji can start.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvighnam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Sharada Sharadam Bhoja Vadana Vadanambuje Sarvada Sarvada Makam Sannidhim Kriyat Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Panini Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shantihi Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you, Raghuji.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaskaram. So, where is it? 1 second. So in the last class, we completed page 192 and we were to go into 193 from this class. Okay. So here I just explained Patayati ityadhini kanichit nyanta kriya padani. What is nyanta kriya padani? I said I will explain in this class. Okay. Till now we have been, okay, I will just put up a couple of slides so that that will be useful. 1 second. Okay, Nyanta Kriya Padani, right? You can all see the screen?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes.
Guruji.
Good. Okay, good. So now what are these Nyanta Kriya Padani? So, see, we have seen that the verbs are what is they called in Sanskrit dhatus. They cannot be used in the language in their original form. We have seen that, right? Therefore, we add a pratyaya to the dhatu to arrive at a form which can be used in the language. And a pratyaya is added to give a particular meaning to the dhatu. And we have basically seen 9 forms of that dhatu changing the meaning with different pratyayas being added in the present tense, right? For example, pat dhatu in original form means to study. So if we have to say he or she studies a book, saha sa pustakam patati. So we have to add the pratyaya ti. Ti we say, but pat plus ti will become patati. Therefore, in Sanskrit, we actually, whenever there is this kind of a half matra, we had to add a to the dhatu and to make it patati. Okay, all that we will see later. So similarly, we add a pratyaya me or ami. We want to say I study a book. Aham pustakam patami. Now, first point that we have to notice, all these forms that we are deriving, they are in active voice. Active voice in Sanskrit is called Kartari Prayoga. So this is the active voice. I hope everybody understands, right? Kartari Prayoga in the present tense, that is Vartamana Kala. And this Vartamana Kala has got a technical name in Sanskrit, which is called Lat Lakara in the grammatical terminology. So, when we have to analyze Aham Pustakam Patami from a grammatical angle or explain this sentence from a grammatical angle, we will say Aham Pustakam Patami is Kartari Prayoga in Lat Lakara, which is Vartamana Kala present tense. Is that clear?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes. Okay. So now the same sentences can be expressed in another way in a causative voice in the language. When the doer, that is the doer of the action, that is the karta, instead of doing an action himself or herself, causes it to be done by someone else, it is said to be causative voice or nyanta kriya padani. So one thing is I am doing something or somebody else is making me do something. So when we have to express that somebody else is making me do that thing, we express it with in a different way to get that meaning. That is called causative. Somebody is causing the action to be done. Even though I am doing the action, somebody else is causing the action to be done. And why nyanta? Because nyanta means ni anta is nyanta. So for converting a verb from active voice to a causative voice, a pratyaya called niche. This is again a technical word. All this we will understand when we go deeper and deeper. This niche pratyaya, the content of niche is E. The alphabet E, okay, E, the third one, right? That is added to the dhatu before adding the lat lakara pratyaya. So a dhatu like pat, we will first add E to pat and then add T to pat. And when we add these three things together, pat plus E plus T, instead of patiti, it becomes patayati. So the addition of this pratyaya E changes the form of the verb from patati to patayati, which means to cause us to teach. You don't need to worry about the pratyayas and all that at this point in time. I'm just explaining because you must understand at least what is the process behind without bothering too much about it. At this point in time, all that you need to remember is that Saha Sa Pustakam Patati in active voice will become Saha Sa Pustakam Pathayati. No, it will not be Sahasa Pustakam Patayati. Sorry. It will become Janani Pustakam Patayati. Means the mother causes the book to be studied. Instead of saying he or she is studies a book, somebody else, Janani or Pita, anybody, Adhyapaka Pustakam Patayati. The teacher causes the book to be studied. Studying is still done by the student. but the cost for that study is provided by a third party. So,
Guruji,
Janani Pustakam Patayati will become the mother is teaching. So, any doubt till now? You understand the basic thing?
yes, Guruji, but Sahasa Pathayati also is correct only, no, Guruji. She or he is making making the
He
person
is
study.
not making. It is in present tense, active voice. So, active voice means what? Sahasa Pustakam Patati mean he or she studies a book.
Yes, Guruji, but the earlier what we said, Sahasa
Pustakam
Pathayati is also
Patayati
correct.
means then there is no karta there, right?
Mm.
Here, your Sahasa Pustakam Patayati is also correct only.
Correct. Yes.
But to make it more clear, I prefer, because the lesson starts from Janani Pustakam Patayati.
Yes, Guruji. Okay.
So
Thank you.
in this Janani Pustakam Patayati, there is a inbuilt karta there who is the student who is studying. So there are two actions here. One is the action of teaching, another is the action of studying. Because it is causative, the focus is more on the action of teaching or getting it done by somebody. Understand that?
Yes, Guruji. Got it.
That's all. That much you understand for the present, right? We will see all the other things later. Only basic thing you have to focus on is how the change in the meaning of the verb takes place due to the change in the form of the verb, right? So we will see the grammar rules later then. So with this background, we will go into the lesson. Okay. So now you see here the first one. Chatraha Pustakam Patati. The boy is reading a book or studying a book. Correct? Now, how to convert it into a causative voice? Janani Pustakam Patayati. The mother is teaching the book. So here you can clearly see he is studying on his own, and here there is a third person, the mother is making this boy study. So Janani Pustakam Patayati. Then Balakaha Bhojanam Karoti. The boy is eating. Because Bhojanam Karoti, if we literally translate, it will sound very funny, right? He is doing the action of eating. So that's not it. The boy is eating. Janani Bhojanam Karayati. The mother is causing the food to be eaten, or the mother is feeding, to simply put, right? Bhojanam Karayati. Then Ashwa Ratam Vahataha. The two horses are, what is that called? Vahataha means they're pulling
driven by
the chariot, right? Ratika hai ratam vahayati. The charioteer is driving the chariot or making the chariot go, right? Then balaka hai nidrati. Janani balakam nidrayati. The mother is, putting to sleep is probably not the right expression. Making the child sleep. Okay. Inducing the child to sleep, rather. So if you see, one is that karta or the doer himself doing something, another is somebody else inducing this person to do what otherwise he was doing. So this is the causative. So here in all these cases, the Janani becomes the cause for the action. Ratika becomes the cause for the action. Of course, Janani in all the three cases the cause for the action. So now, do you understand?
Mahodaya, just one doubt. The last one is Janani Balakam Nidra Payati. It is Nidrayati or Nidra Payati.
That's all, the change, different dhatus will undergo little different changes, right?
Okay.
So, Nidra Payati is the correct expression, not Nidra Yati, correct?
Okay.
But why it that Nidra Payati comes, why it is not Nidra Yati and all, we have to study the grammar rules. Okay.
No, I just thought it is a spelling error
So
or
there
something
are
in my book.
exceptions in the grammar rules. So we will study all that later. As of now, generally what we use, you become familiar with those usages. What is important is yati, right? Here it was only ti, that becomes yati here. The other other part is the change in the form of the dhatu when that e is added. Understand? So that brings in a lot of changes and all that. So we will study that when we study the grammar rules. Okay. Is that okay? No more doubts?
And Dhanyavada Mahoday.
So we can do a easy, test for self-test. So I will start with RTG. Can you actually, you see the verbs are given here. Pathaya, pataya, pataya, like that, right? So you have to they have given you so much, they have to just use these sentences by, adding that ati to these verbs. Okay. Very easy, simple. Okay, RTG 2, 3, 4.
Tvam kavitam patayasi. Sa geetam patayati. Pitamahaha hitavachanam patayati.
Very good. Next, Bhanureka ji. 6,
Yes,
7.
Sir. Sundar, yes, namaste.
Yeah, Sundar ji, tell me.
See here, the first one is, will it not be patati? Patasi?
No, we see Acharya Vedam Patati also is a correct sentence. But that means what? The
He's reading himself.
is reading or is studying the Vedas.
Okay.
Acharya Vedam Patayati means he is making the
Others read.
study. Understand?
Okay. Yeah.
One is studying, another is teaching. So if you want in English, we will say he is studying and he is teaching. 2 sentences, right?
Correct.
So the word studying will be in patati and teaching will be patayati. That is the causative. Teaching means he is doing an action, because in English and all, this causative is not very much used.
Correct.
It is implied in that, right? His teaching means now obviously he's teaching somebody else, right? So
Yes, fine. Yeah.
when we translate, it becomes a little difficult. But in Sanskrit, here we have to understand Tvam Kavitam Patayati means you are teaching the poem.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Sure.
So here, when Tvam comes, sorry, I think I missed
It
that.
will be Pataya.
Patayasi now, Guruji.
Patayasi.
Patayasi.
Patayasi should come. I thought it was
Because the
Patayasi.
corresponding Tinganta Pratyaya should come, right?
Okay, good. Okay.
So, Tvam is what? Madhyama Purusha Ekavachan.
Okay.
So Patayasi should come. Okay, I think I missed that point. Okay. Sa Geetam Patayati is 5. Pitamaha Hitavachanam Patayati is 5. Similarly, Janaka Ramayanam Bodhayati. Now 6, Bhanureka ji.
Yes, Guruji. Janani putram bodhayati.
Correct. Now 7 you read.
Vayam samskriti bodhayamaha. Since it is Uttama Purusha Bahuvachan, it is
Uttama Purusha Bahuvachan. Then 8 you read.
Yuyam sistacharam bodhayatha. Since it is Madhyama Purusha Bahuvachan, tha is added.
Tha is added. So that you must be careful. That ya is common for everything, but the final one we have to add according to the Purusha and Vachana. Okay.
Yes, Guruji.
So you said Yuvakaha, Sarpam.
Darshayati. Because
Darshayati.
Yuvakaha is Pradama Purusha Ekavachan.
Very good. Thank you, Bhanu Rekha ji. Next
Thank
is,
you.
I think Lakshmi ji is having some fever. So we'll go to Lata ji.
Yes, Guruji. 11, Guruji. Yeah. Vayam abhimanam darshayavah. Uttama Purusha Dvivachana. Vayam.
Aham, Abam, Vayam, isn't it? Uttama Purusha.
Oh, sorry. Vayam is sorry, Guruji. Uttama Purusha Bahuvachana. Vayam abhimanam darshayamaha.
Darshayamaha. Very good. Then
12.
You read.
12. Janani putram uttha. It's already given there. Janani putram uthapayati.
Uthapayati. So Janani is what? Prathama
Janani
Purusha.
Prathama Purusha Ekavachana.
So Uthapayati comes, right?
Yeah, uthapayati. Uthapayati.
13.
13. Adhikari sevakam. Again, Prathama Purusha Ekavachana. Adhikari sevakam uthapayati.
Uthapayati. Very good. Thank you. Next, Lata ji, Madhavi ji.
Yes, sir.
14.
Swami Karya, 15, sir.
14.
14. Swami Karyam Karayati. Pradama Purusha Ekavachan. So Karayati. Agraja Bhojanam Karayati. Agraja singular.
Correct.
Pravachakaha Pravachanam Shravayati. Singular.
Again, same. Pradama Purusha Ekavach. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
After Madhavi ji, Padma ji.
Uh,
17.
The one is given. Okay. Rama Geetam Shravayati. And that one is given Aham Kavitam Shravayami.
Yeah.
But
Aham is what? So Aham Shravayami.
Aham is because Uttama Purusha, so me comes. Me that's it. Yeah, me Vaha Maha. Okay. Aham is me. Okay. Next one is Panditaha Vedam. Again, it is Shravayati because Panditaha is Prathama Purusha. And next also the same because Chatraha Shlokam Shravayati because Chatraha is also Prathama Purusha Ekavachana.
So, very. So this is clear now how we have to use the causative, sentences, how to convert a active voice into causative voice. Okay. So now what we'll do is 105, we will take it as homework. Exercise 105, 195 page. We will take it as Vishesha Kriya Padana Mishritaha Prayogaha. So here they have given the dhatus and then you have to Mishritaha Prayogaha means mixed prayoga. I think this is all. Wherever that ya is given, that is an indicator for causative. That is the Nyanta Prayoga. Okay. Where the ya is not given, that means it is Kartari Prayoga. That is active voice. So accordingly, you have to do the homework. Be careful. More and more as we proceed, care has to increase in terms of doing the homework, understanding and all that. Okay. So we'll take this.
So here, Raghuji, one question. I've not looked at the thing. So this is going to be a mixture. Some sentence will be active voice. Some other will be passive. That is causative, right?
Causative. Actually speaking, as I can see that there is only one sentence which is causative.
No, yeah.
Number 7 is the causative, everything else is active only.
Number 7.
Practicing, whatever we have learned, we can practice. Okay.
How did Chitram?
Yeah.
Darshayati. I have a question. Raghuji, you
Yeah.
said seventh is causative, right? Anujaha Chitram Darshaya. Darshaya, that is the road. But it can be Anujaha Chitram Darshayati also is correct, right? That can be also active, right? How do we decide that it is causative? Do you see what I'm saying? What makes it? Unless they tell suitable forms, there's nothing that, unless they say, oh.
See, Drish Dhatu in active voice, what will be the form, you know?
Drish is like Darshayati, Darshyat, oh God. And
Pashyati.
Drashyati,
Pashyati.
Come. Who is saying something else?
Pashyati.
Pashyati.
Oh, Pashyati. Okay, sorry. I'm
Pashyati is Pashyati.
Yeah,
when
Pashyati,
Darshaya is
Pashyati.
there, when Darshaya is there, Darshayati will be the form in causative.
Oh, I see. So that's what Parshayati. Darshadatu, the form is Parshayati. So, okay, I see.
Not Parshayati. Drishdatu, the Latlakara forms are Pashyati, Pashyataha, Pashyanti.
Pashyanti. That's what a Pashyati. Okay, that's the clue. Okay, I got it. That's the clue.
So if you cannot say Anujaha Chitram Pashyati in causative. You have to say Darshayati only. That is causative.
Oh, so it cannot. Okay, that's what I said. Darshayati, and then
Darshayati is correct. But how will you translate? Darshayati is not that he is seeing. Anujaha Chitram Pashyati means he is seeing the photo, right?
Okay.
Anujaha Chitram Darshayati means he is causing the photo to be seen.
To be seen. Okay, I got it.
Showing Guruji. Anuja is showing
the photo. See the difference in meaning?
Chitram.
Yes.
One is seeing, another is showing.
I see. Okay.
So that's where, the Sanskrit becomes more and more perfect rather. Specifically, we have got the forms. And this form, when Darshaya, that's why the clue here is that Ya. Otherwise, suppose they had only said, like I said, Dha, right? They would have said Drish. Then you have to find out what is the Drish Dhatu Latlakara Pratama Purusha, which is Pashyati.
So basically, we have to know the original root and the formation, and then we can figure it out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for reaching that stage, you have to do a lot of work.
I know.
Totally familiar with what all the various things which are there. That is what we are doing.
Okay.
Familiaring ourselves in a very, I would say, a lucid pace without rushing into all these things.
Okay.
Slowly, we are building up that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Raghuji, for the clarity.
Thank you. Okay. Now, we will go to another usage. As I said, we have till now seen active voice, causative voice. Now, there is another usage in Sanskrit which is called imperative, which is it's an agya or a prayer. Either it can be in the form of an order or, in the form of a request rather. Whenever that happens, we use a different form of the verb, which is called lot lakara. So we have seen lat lakara, present tense. Lot lakara is imperative tense. Imperative means either in the form of an instruction, order, or even it could be in the form of a request. That is called lot lakara. Now we will see some of the forms of the lot lakara. And they are very easy to derive in the very, at the initial stages. We start with the Madhyama Purusha Prayogas. So, Agnya Prarthanadishu Artheshu Lot. Agnya means an instruction or order. Prarthanadishu means a request or a prayer. Artheshu, in these meanings, Lot Lakara is used. Now, how do the form change in Lot Lakara? For example, we say Chalati, Saha Chalati. Chalati means she is going. Correct. Now, we have to instruct a person, he or she, to go. That will be an instruction, right? It could be a request also, please go. So, basically, Chalati is he or she is going, and when we have to convert it into an order or an instruction, the ti is removed and it is only chala. Tvam chala. Madhyama Purusha Ekavacha. Only in Madhyama Purusha we are talking now. Be careful. Huh? So, Madhyama Purusha Ekavachan Tvam chala. Tvam tishta. Tvam agacha. Tvam upavisha. Tvam patha. Tvam likha. You understand the meanings, you know?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah, somebody has to tell me yes, otherwise I will think that my internet connection is gone, and I will be talking.
Yes, Guruji.
So at least some people should respond when I ask a question so that I know I am still online. Okay. So this is the Madhyama Purusha Ekavachan form. We will see all other forms as we go forward. As of now, we are focusing only on Madhyama Purusha Ekavachan. Okay. Then Khada, eat. Ma vada, don't talk, don't say. Ma vada, piba, drink. Chala, go. So the difference they have said. Vartamana kale, that is in present tense, we will say dadati, the da dhatu is there, right? Dadati, he gives, or yachati, he gives, right? In Lot Lakara, it will become yacha, give, or dehi, give, right? Da dhatu. Yacha also is another form of da dhatu. Okay. So, udaharanena, saha patati. So, patati is there. The T is dropped, becomes tvam patha, right? Saha patati tvam patha, you study. Madhyama Purusha Ekavachan. Saha likhati, when you drop the T of Prathama Purusha Ekavachan, it becomes Madhyama Purusha Ekavachan. The T is dropped, it becomes tvam likha. Is it clear?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes.
So we will see this. We'll do this exercise. Vartamana kale lati pratama purusha ekavachanasya. Lati means in Lot Lakara. That is called lati, right? Saptami. Pratama purusha ekavachanasya agnya prarthanadishu. Sorry, lati means latlakara. Prathama Purusha Ekavachanasya Agnya Prarthanadishu Loti, in Lot Lakara Madhyama Purusha Ekavachane Parivartanam. Exactly what they are doing is here they have shown how we can convert the Madhyama Purusha, how we can arrive at the form of Madhyama Purusha Ekavachanam in Lot Lakara by first taking the Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam, then dropping the T, that becomes the Madhyama Purusha Ekavachanam. Very simple process. Okay. So here, this is Vartamana Kale, present tense, and Agyadishu, Lot Lakara. Okay. Khadati, T is dropped, become Khada. Saha kadati. He is eating. Tvam khadha. Because when we use lot lakara, it is an agya, it is an order given to somebody or a request to somebody. Right? You cannot say saha khadha. Right? Because it won't make any sense. Right? So kada, the lot lakara is always addressed to somebody. You can't say vayam kada. Right? You can't, so in lot lakara, we must always understand it is an order given, it's an imperative tense. So it will always come in Madhyama Purusha Ekavachan. Madhyama Purusha Ekavachan, Dvivachan and Bahuvachan also can come. Okay. Hasati, Hasa. So it's very simple. I don't want to, I'll just go through it so that you get familiar. Okay, otherwise you yourself do it. We will. Where did I stop? Last one, Padmaji, I think, right? Now,
Yes, it's now my turn, Guruji.
Rajalakshmi ji, you
Yes,
do
Guruji.
5 from 3.
Okay. Hasati, hasa. Namati, nama. Kridati, krida. Another two.
2 more.
Oh, okay. Okay. Chalati, chala. Praharati, prahara.
Prahara. Very good. Now, Shakuntala ji, next 5.
Milati, mila. Pibati, piba. Nayati, naya. Pashyati, pashya.
See, so simple.
Stapayati, stapaya. Shall I continue?
Sthapayati will be sthapa, Guruji.
Huh?
Sthapayati will be sthapa.
Stapaya.
Stapaya.
Stapayati is the full form. Only T you have to drop. So it will be stapaya. Don't get it confused with the Nyanta Pratyayas. Okay? They all may look similar, but you have to understand the differences in these things. Because the Stha Dhatu, the Prathama Purusha Ekavachana Rupa is Sthapayati. Right? That is Stha Dhatu. Because there are other changes. As I told you, some Dhatus undergo a lot of changes. So that is why we must not hear the very simple rule. Blindly we have to follow. Drop the T, you get the Madhyama Purusha Ekavachan form.
Oh, we have to drop only the T.
Only the T, that's all. Nothing else you have to drop, right?
Yes, good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. You are done 5?
Yes, Guru.
Okay. Then Sundarji.
Yes, sir.
Next 5.
Uttishtati becomes uttishta. Upavishati becomes upavisha. Smrati becomes smara. Preshayati becomes preshaya. Nrutyati becomes nrutya.
Nritya. Very good. So very simple. It's all the Nritya. You dance. May you dance. Right? Smarati. Smara. May you remember. Like that. Right? Okay. Next Aarti ji. 18 to 22.
Next, Gayati, Gaya, Tyajati, Tyaja, Chintayati, Chintaya, Tarati, Tara, Patati, Pata.
I think you finished the 3 also.
Pravishati, Pravisha, Patati, Pata, Gachati, Gacha.
Gacha. So here, these dhatus are very simple, right? Just to drop the T from there and it is done. But there are some dhatus which are little bit even in the Latlakara, Prathama Purusha also the form changes, right? One example they have given. Karoti is given, correct? Now, when Karoti, it is converted, it is not Karo. In Hindi, it is Karo, correct? Ye kaam karo, we say in Hindi. But whereas in Sanskrit, that becomes kuru, tvam kuru. That's some change. It's not only dropping the ti, but also the karo undergoes a small change. So tvam kuru. Sahasa karyam karoti, tvam karyam kuru, tvam adhyayanam kuru, tvam bhajanam kuru, tvam nrityam kuru. So that is small changes, the only few dhatus will have this kind of a little complication. As of now, for our purposes, we are not getting into too many dhatus. So kru dhatu is a very important dhatu for us. So that is why they have given kru dhatu, because we will be using kru dhatu, in all sentences and all that. So there in lot lakara, madhyama purusha ekavachan is kuru, 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 kuru. Right? Tom kuru, tom kuru, tom. Clear up to now? Any doubts?
Gee, I have wondered. So we are doing only, for example, ekavachanam only. I don't know. I just lost. We are not.
We are doing only ekavachanam.
Not dvivachanam and all, because the form would be different. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Raghuji.
Yeah. So what we will do, if this is clear, 107 also, we will do the exercise. I'll give you as homework. Okay. Because all very simple. Tvam khadati, tvam khada, balaka vadati, tvam vada, like that. So you can do it very easily. So 107 also, we will take it as exercise. 105 and 107, we will do practice as exercise. Okay.
Raghuji, it will be due only Tuesday, right? Next Tuesday, right? 1 week.
Today is what, Friday?
Today is, oh God, where am I?
Next Friday, due.
Okay, sorry. I'm still in this Tuesday and the days are flying by. I'm not even aware. Okay, Raghuji.
You confuse me also. Suddenly I get a doubt.
Two people. You are an elder person. I am an elder. Two people. That's what I try to keep my mouth. I don't
my
answer.
worry is if I get confused, I should not confuse younger students also.
No. That's the same. I have issues. That's what unless I'm sure, and I was so sure today is Tuesday. I should have known 19th is our graduation pre-day. So I should have known. Even that I forgot. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Right. So we saw Madhyama Purusha Ekavacha in Lot. Right? Now we will see the Lot Lakara Pratama Purusha Prayogas. Okay. The first Agachatu. Right? Pratama Purusha Ekavachan. Agachatu, Upavishatu, Pibatu, Khadatu, Grinatu, Pashyatu. Bhavan Upavishatu. So, when we are addressing some person in Lot Lakara, Pratama Purusha Ekavachan, Saha Upavishati, right? In present tense, in Vartamana Kala, Saha Upavishati will be there. So, in this thing, Lot Lakara, how it is getting converted? It is getting converted Bhavan Upavishatu. I'm just letting myself getting confused a little bit.
Yes, Guruji, singular is Upavishatu, Dvivachanam only different. Upavishatu only, Bhavan Upavishatu.
T becomes two.
Two, yeah.
So upavishatu. Saha patatu, right? Sa patati. So I am little confused why it is sa here and here it is converted into saha. I don't know whether there's a mistake in the book.
No, Guruji. In all the cases, it was different. In all the cases.
Okay. Right. I know I get it. Yeah. So
Yes, in
saha
Ashtadhyayi,
patatu, right?
yeah.
Yes, Guruji.
It will come saha patatu. Rama gacchati will, you have to say Bhaskara gacchatu. Correct?
Yes,
Yes.
Guruji.
Bhaktah namati, balakah namatu, chitrakarah likati, chatrah likatu. Then kokilah gayati, gayakah gayatu, rameshah kridati, balakrishnah kridatu, lata vadati, sita vadatu, sa chintayati, esha chintayatu, chorah dhavati, arakshah dhavatu. Then nartakah nrityati, natah nrityatu, pita rakshati, putrah rakshatu, mata kshalayati, bhagini kshalayatu, sa yachati, saha yachatu, adhyakshah upavishati, atitihi upavishatu, sauchikah sivyati, ambha sivyatu, sa preshayati, bhavati preshayatu, putri sampadayati, putrah sampadayatu, girishah dharati, nikilah dharatu, simhah garjati, vyagrah garjatu. These are the changes in Pratama Purusha Ekavacha. Lot Pratama Purusha Prayoga.
Raghuji, basically here ti is replaced by tu, right?
Is replaced by tu. Correct.
Drop the ti. In the previous, you drop the ti,
So,
nothing
you
happens.
drop the ti. Here it is ti is replaced by tu.
Tu. Okay, thanks.
That's it, right? As simple as that.
Yes.
So here you see Vartamana Kale, Pata plus ti is there in the Pratama Purusha, right? Then Patataha, Patanti. This we know. Now how it is changing? The ti is replaced by tu, just now what you said. In Akyadishu, Patatu, Vadatu, Likatu, Pashyatu, Gachatu, Hasatu. So here ti is replaced by tu. Now the Prathama Purusha Dvivacha, Patataha is there. That taha is replaced by tam. Patatam, Vadatam, Likatam, Pashyatam, Gachatam, Hasatam. Then Patanti, that anti is replaced by antu. Patantu, Likantu, Vadantu, Pashyantu, Gachantu, Hasantu. So what will happen? In Lot Lakara, in Lat Lakara, it is Patati Patataha Patanti. In Lot Lakara, it will become Patatu Patatam Patantu. Is that clear? Vadatu Vadatam Vadantu. Right? Then this is Prathama Purusha. Madhyama Purusha, what will be there? Patasi, Patataha, Patatha is there, right? So here that C is dropped, or the T. Earlier we saw that the T is dropped, or whether you drop the T or whether you drop the C, the effect is the same. Okay. So Madhyama Purusha Eka Vachan will become Patha, Lika, Pashya, Gacha, Hasa, Bhada. Similarly, Patataha is there. That is, taha is replaced by tam. Likatham, pashyatam, gachatam, hasatam, vadatam. Then patatha, the tha is replaced by ta. Just plain ta, right? Alpa prana. Likatha, pashyata, gachata, hasata, vadata. Then Uttama Purusha, patami, patavaha, patamaha is replaced by me, is replaced by ni, vaha is replaced by va, maha is replaced by ma. So patani, patava, patama, likani, likava, likama, vadani, vadava, vadama, pashyani, pashyava, pashyama, hasani, hasava, hasama. So if we just note, if we know the forms in latlakara in present tense, and if we remember to convert that latlakara into lot, what are all the 5, 6 changes or 7 changes that we need to do to that forms? If we remember that, then any dhatu we can convert from latlakara to lot lakara. Okay. So this is the, at this point in time, I mean, as I told you again and again, how grammatically this changes and all, there's a very long process we have to study. But at this point in time, we are focusing only on understanding, familiarizing, and probably memorizing some of these things, right? Even if we don't, because what will be very easy is, and which is what I actually advised my previous course students also, you should, these changes, if you actually write it down in a notebook, then whenever you are faced with a situation where present tense you have to convert it into imperative tense, then all that you have to do is first to write down that the present tense forms of that dhatu, then look at these rules and then make the changes. Then you will get the new forms. Do it 10 times, then this will become, you will memorize, it will go into your memory and you will say, oh, it is Madhyama Purusha means Patha, Likha, like that. That two, the C, Likasi will become Likha, Patasi will become Patha. Like that, you will be able to remember all these things. So that is the way to learn, rather practice and learn, because without abhyasa, without practice, no learning is possible. You have to continuously, even yoga exercises you do, you have to learn first, practice it, then only you can become perfect in that, isn't it? So it is not only a question of learning a language or something. Practice is a very, very important aspect of any study. And we must be a little bit smart in that. You need not, you cannot memorize all the forms of all the dhatus. In fact, to tell you, there are 10 lakaras are there. Lat lakara, lot lakara, then rit lakara, the vidhilinga, ashirling, there are 10 lakaras. Every dhatu will have 10 forms. Then there is atmane pada dhatu, then parasmai pada dhatu. Their forms will slightly change. Then there are ubhaya pada dhatus, which can be used both in atmane pada and in parasmai pada. So those kind of ubhaya pada dhatus will have 9 plus 9, 90 plus 90, 180 forms. How are you going to memorize all these things? It is impossible to memorize all these things. So what we normally do in the initial stages is a few sample dhatus, which we will use normally, we will see come across, we will memorize that and keep it. Like Shabda also, the noun forms, Rama, Ramo, Rama hai. As I told you, 4 Shabdas you memorize. Rama, Ramo, Rama hai, then Lata, Late, Lata hai, then Nadhi Shabda, and one Makaranta, Pushpam or Phalam Shabda. This you memorize. Broadly, you will be able to form find out or decline the forms of most of the nouns. Exceptions are there. Similarly, in the dhatus also, a few dhatus, some simple dhatus are there that you memorize them. then you will remember the forms. And if you also know the technique that this is the dhatu, this is the pratyaya, this is how this happens. Few dhatus, if you memorize, then most of the other dhatus you will be able to arrive at the form. So that is very, very important in learning. Okay. So that is what I want you all to do if you are all serious learners. Otherwise, you can attend these classes for maybe 8 months, 10 months, 1 year. Forget everything about it. Next time another class is there, join that and start from beginning itself. That is another option. Most of the people do that because there is no commitment to learn for the sake seriously. The commitment is that I've got this time, so let me actually spend it constructively. I will attend the class. This is the condition with most of the people. But if you want to seriously learn, I can tell you 1 hour of class, 4 hours of practice is required. 1:4 ratio. That much you must be able to do it. Okay. Lot lakare pratama purushe. So Agya prarthana dishu kriya prayoga lot lakare pratama purushe. Right. So what I will do, you can do one more homework. 108 also you take. Because again, just now we have done it. And
Raghuji, I missed it. 108 is homework. 108.
Yeah, 108. So three exercises are homework. 2 of them are very simple, but here you have to be little careful because we have seen now Prathama Purusha and Madhyama Purusha, correct?
Yes.
And also Uttama Purusha, the Lot Lakara forms. All this chart we have seen, right? Trishu Vachaneshu, Trishu Purusheshu Lot. Now, using this chart, you must be able to do the exercise 108. Yes. So you can work on that. 1 week's time is there. Please find some time on Saturday, Sunday, and work over this. Okay.
Okay. 1-8.
Let me see how many people submit the homework by next Friday. So I think it's almost time now. We will stop here and we'll say the prayers. Who wants to say the prayers?
I can do it.
Prayers.
I can do it.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm still. Oh, I thought I was correct. Okay, I'll do it. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameda Yavashishya Purnamedaya Vashishyate
Purnameva avasishyate.
Yeah, I got confused whether to break it and say or together. That's what avashishyate.
Purnameva avasishyate.
That Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. I have one question. When you chant, do you break it and chant or Vashishyate, Avashish? What is the right way to do it? Or is
you cannot, these are all Veda mantras, you cannot break them.
So that's what I thought. You cannot. Avashishyate is for understanding, right? To know how it is grammatical.
Oh, the Veda mantras, you try to translate them, then you do the Anvaya of that, where you can break.
Okay.
For chanting, no, for understanding the meaning, you can break and understand the meaning, but while chanting, you cannot, you are not able to break.
Yeah, Vashishyate. Okay, I got it.
Vashishyate is what you have to chant.
Okay, thank you, Raghuji.
Okay, Hari Om.
Dhanyavadaha, Guruji. Thank you so much.
See you on Tuesday. Hari Om.
Dhanyavada, Guruji.
Dhanyavada, Guruji.
Dhanyavada.
Pranam.